Live from the French Quarter, this is Eyewitness News at 6:30 on My 54.
A new ad campaign from a local entrepreneur demands that Mayor Mitch Landrieu come up with a plan to keep the French Quarter safe. That entrepreneur, Sidney Torres, the former head of the trash company that used to be contracted by the city and recently involved in a noise dispute with Buffa's Bar. Today, Eyewitness News political analyst and Gambit columnist Clancy Dubos is here with his take on the ad. So at the core of it, this seems political, but he's also trying to get a purpose here on the street, and that's to get more protection.
Yeah, even when he had his trash company, Torres became kind of a cult figure almost in the French Quarter because he had the quarter looking and smelling better than ever, and he became kind of a local hero among people who live and visit the French Quarter often. So he's got some credibility on issues affecting the French Quarter. Plus, he lives there on the edge of the quarter, and he has a business there, a bed and breakfast. And yeah, he's been involved in a legal dispute with Buffa's Bar, so, you know, nobody in New Orleans is free of controversy, I guess, but you know, he's got as much standing as any other citizen to call the mayor out. What he has that most citizens don't have is a bankroll to back up his voice and to get his voice out there and make it heard. And I think he's got the mayor's attention. I think it'll be interesting to see how the mayor responds going forward. So far, the mayor has sort of tried to pick up the gauntlet and throw it back at Torres and say, well, if you think it's so easy, why don't you put your money there? That's not the best response, frankly. That's not the way our mayor should respond to citizens.
Is this political theater, though, is this helping at all? Because I don't think that Sidney Torres is telling us anything new. I mean, we know we have a manpower shortage, but is this doing any good in terms of going back and forth with the mayor? Is it doing the city any good in getting police on the street?
If it leads to something, then it does some good. I think we have to let it play out. This little drama is only in Act 1, and it's probably at least a 3-act play. We'll see what the mayor does in response in the next week or two, and we'll see if Torres takes it to the next level, as he has threatened to do.
And just quickly, Clancy, I know that the police chief Harrison, he's been under a lot of pressure, and he has rolled out a couple of new solutions, and that's putting on a task force. How are you assessing how he's handling it? Because he and the mayor right now are in it together in terms of trying to protect the city.
Sure, and the mayor and the police chief should always be on the same page. I think what's important in the larger scheme of things, because this problem is certainly bigger than the French Quarter, all areas of the city are underprotected. I think it's time for the mayor to step back and let the police chief run the department. Even the biggest fans of Mitch Landrieu concede that he's a control freak, and that's putting it mildly. I think the mayor needs to let loose and let the police chief be the police chief. If you go back in recent history, the most successful police chief New Orleans has had in the last 30 or 40 years was Richard Pennington. And Mark Morial, who liked to keep his fingers on everything, let loose of it and said, Chief Pennington, you run the department. And guess what? Pennington did. The murder rate went down, the crime rate went down, people felt safer. That's what a good mayor knows to do, and I think it's important for Landrieu to do that in the bigger picture of things. And then what he can do is try to find more resources for the department, more money to hire more officers, and if we need to get, whether it's the state police, the National Guard, some other form of reinforcements in here for the French Quarter and elsewhere, the mayor needs to do that.
Chief Harrison's going to need more time. All right.
Yes,
thanks, Clancy.